this is all actually set before the original Deus Ex. So is this then inevitably going to lead up to what we saw with JC Denton?
We definitely know where we're going. 2052, if you've played the original games, we all know what's happening in 2052. Our game is taking place 25, 27, 22 years before 2052. My math's not really good today. But so we know where we're going. But what's interesting, and one of the things that I find very interesting, is that history is always being written by the winners. So although we know what happens in 2052, we know what the winners tell us happened in the years before that. Now we are dealing with their past, but it is our present. And as we move forward, we can discover that although on broad strokes things happen the way we think they are, did it really happen that way? Or was there some subtlety, some difference that occurred? Those are the kind of things that as a storyteller I love playing with.
And you've stepped into such an amazing universe where there is the world that Warren Spector created 15 years ago when Deus Ex came out. And so yours is ever so slightly different, but you've already got that rich background to play with. What's that been like?
It's been super exciting, super scary, pretty daunting at times, and a lot of fun. When the original Deus Ex came out, I was just starting in the game industry, and I remember everyone in my office was playing the game, and everybody was talking about it and losing sleep and playing it. And 10 years later, when I suddenly got this chance to revive it and bring it back, my first reaction was, oh, this is so amazing, this is going to be great. And my second reaction was, oh my God, I'm scared to death. Because people love this, and I don't want to change it. But working with the team that I worked with, we all realized we love it too. And as long as you love it and you understand it, you can bring that to it and bring the passion. And yesterday, I got a chance to sit on a panel with Warren Spector, and hearing him talk about their creative process, and realizing that we think the same things, we believe the same things, we're looking at the same things, so it really has been a very exciting journey.
So much pain. So many lies. Their darkness must end.
It's my job to come up with the story for the game and to work with a team of writers to make the story, develop and make it go forward. But also it means, because when you're working in the games industry, the story is told by every single person who is creating that game. We've got level designers, we've got production artists, we've got programmers, we've got animators, the sound people. All of them are building that story. And since the story is told through the player experience, every single aspect of the game is reflecting that story. So a lot of my job is spent, once we've spec'd out the main storyline, it's to work with the rest of the team to present the ideas of the story to the level designers and the gameplay people, and then work with them to actually make that story get told through gameplay. And it really means a lot ensuring that, I present it to them, they come back with, okay, we understand what we need to do here. Here's what we think will do it. And then it's a lot of reviewing of those things and saying, oh, that idea works so perfectly. It wasn't at all what I envisioned, which is great, because it's so much more creative. Or it's not quite there, but maybe if we tweaked it in this direction, it would work. And so a lot of my time is spent working with the artists, filling them in on things, then letting their own creativity come in to play. And for example, to give an example, in Human Revolution, everybody talks about Adam Jensen's apartment, because when you walk in there, that is I think our art director describes it as the Adam Museum. You walk in there and you learn so much about Jensen just by looking at the environment. Well, the way that happened is I sat down with the concept artist and the level artist and designer for that room, and I told them, here's who Adam Jensen is. how are you going to express that? And they're the ones who said, oh, well, if he's been sick for a while, there should be dead plants, there should be this, there should be all this. And they came up with that, not me. It's just, so it's a back and forth working with the rest of the team to ensure that everybody's story meshes and tells the same one.
And then you hand it over to the players, and their story is then completely different to the one that you've given them.
That's very true. That's very true. Because one of the things, too, we talk about Adam going on a journey in this game. Well, it isn't Adam's journey, it's your journey. So when people ask, oh, is this a story of redemption for Jensen? Is it what? I said, I don't know, because it's really whatever story the player decides it's going to be.
I used to know what tomorrow looked like. Before the world split in two. Everything changed then. Including me.
Agent Jensen, am I going to have a problem with you?
No, sir. No reason to assume you would.